Hello YouTube. Let me take you today to Romania, the East European country that few ever visit in their paranormal journeys, but we should. Because there are things that need to be shown to the world as well. Sarmizegetusa Regia was the capital of Dacia. We say Dacia, but in English it should be Dacia. Prior to the wars with the Roman Empire, it's one of the most mysterious historic landmarks you will ever visit in Romania. Located in the heart of the country, high in the mountains, on a plateau that is difficult to access even today, surrounded by the greenery of the mountains of Natureanu, at the altitude of 1,200 meters above the sea level, Sarmizegetusa Regia still shines and is a reminder of one of the brightest moments in the history of the Dacians, the enigmatic ancestors of the Romanian people. Sitting on top of a mountain, the site was the center of a strategic defensive system in the Orashtia Mountains. It is considered to have been the military, religious, and political center of the Dacians. The site includes the fortress covering the area of almost 30,000 square meters and sacred area, where the remains of 7 temples have been identified alongside a monumental shrine and the water distribution systems. On the terraces surrounding the site, several areas inhabited by civilians were identified. Here, several circular or polygonal residences were found, as well as workshops, especially those manufacturing iron items, from tools for ironsmiths, carpenters, jewelers, or farmers, to household items, arms, and decorative pieces. So, in the midst of time, a mysterious story is revealed. The story of the bronze matrix, an ancient artifact 2,000 years old from the area. The matrix has become the center piece at the Museum of Dacian and Roman civilization in the city of Deva. The discovery took place in 2013 after a storm that pulled a tree from the ground. In the hole left by the uprooted tree lay the bronze matrix, which was found by Vladimir Brelinsky, the person who administers the monument. The piece is unique and very valuable. Allegedly, it came from a jewelry designer and was used to create matrices that helped mold precious metals into jewelry. It is the only piece of this kind discovered in the territory of ancient Dacia. But I gotta tell you, how many archaeological expeditions continuously take place in the area. It's costly, but I bet there is much more in the soil when you start digging. I know this from the experience of Soviet Ukraine and the ancient Greek towns and cities. I've seen a few things in my youth too. Anyway, this object was discovered at the archaeological site of the ancient capital of the last Dacian kingdom. Experts remain amazed when faced with the mystery of its purpose. The bronze matrix, which has a unique design and a high degree of craftsmanship, is not only an object of art, but also a key to unraveling ancient customs and rituals. Its mystery takes us into the depths of time, opening the door to the world of forgotten traditions, customs, and rituals of ancient civilizations. What does this bronze matrix have? Its mystery lies not only in the skillful work of the masters, but also in the symbolism that it carries. The matrix has a hexagonal shape and is inlaid with the shapes of various animals, imaginary to some, griffons, and real: lion, tiger, leopard, rhinoceros, hippopotamus, bear, wild boar, wolf, bull. dog, deer, goat, antelope, and rabbit. Such a piece was very expensive, and as such, all of its sides must have been used. It weighs about 8 kilograms and is 5 centimeters wide and has 8 sides. And the piece was found in good conditions of conservation. So historians say that such a piece was quite costly. Its bestiary, rich and fabulous, represented on the matrice, is rich and diverse, and like I said, composed of griffins and real animals that I listed before. And the theme of the sceneries represented on the matrix displays battles between animals, and it is ancient and well spread within the vast cultural spaces. Symbols, patterns, hieroglyphs, every detail seems to be imbued with mystical meaning, raising many questions from scientists and researchers. Like an imprint of antiquity, this bronze matrix is a testament to the times when the hands of ancient craftsmen created something more than just objects. It is as if it holds secrets and mysteries that long to be solved. Experts suggest various purposes for this mysterious find. Can it be part of a ritual or a rite? Or did it serve some practical purpose in ancient times? Questions remain unanswered, leaving room for a variety of hypotheses. The bronze matrix from the Sarmizegetusa Regia is not just an artifact from the distant past. This is a mystery that really excites, to the point, minds of modern researchers, reminding us how much remains to be discovered and understood in the history of mankind. Well, what the discovery of this piece shows to some is that the Dacian aristocracy was interested in the type of art that dealt with animal representations. And this art, by the way, was well developed, especially in the Mediterranean area and the North Pontic space. The theme of animals fighting was also very popular and existed in a number of cultural territories. The griffin, whatever name you want to assign to this creature, appeared in the East in the 4th century before Common Era and was a very frequent symbol in ancient art. The matrix has 3 types of griffins engraved on it: the eagle griffin, the lion griffin, and the wolf griffin. While the first 2 were very common in antiquity, the wolf or the wolf griffin was particular to the North Pontic space. But of the real animals that, if you deny the existence of cryptids, animals that are depicted on the matrix, the elephant was quite common, but the rhinoceros and the hippopotamus are surprising because such animals could only be seen in those times in the amphitheater games. Another peculiar detail is that vegetal and anthropomorphic symbols are completely absent from the piece. On the matrix, I told you there are 3 griffins, I already mentioned them. And for those that need to know more, a griffin is a legendary creature with the head and wings of an eagle, a lion's body, a tail, back legs, and sometimes an eagle's talons as its front feet. Yes, an ancient cryptid, and something we can discuss more in other videos, and its appearance throughout the world. As for the historical area, well, to me, Romania has a special meaning because part of my wife's family comes from Romania. And the country itself, of course, is very beautiful and has a number of interesting sites for the paranormal traveler, so to say. And I'll mention some in the future. But as far as history, the Dacians, Dacians, an ancient people related to the Thracians, lived between the Carpathian Mountains and west of the Black Sea and developed a complex and highly regarded civilization that reached its peak between the centuries, between the 1st century before Common Era and 1st century of Common Era. At the core of the Dacians' military defense system, which consisted of 6 citadels scattered around the surrounding mountains, Sarmizegetusa Regia was home to a quadrilateral fortress built using the technique of the murus dacicus, spread over the terraces of an area covering around 30,000 square meters, as I said. Now, this murus dacicus, Latin for Dacian walls, is a building technique for walls and fortifications invented by the Dacians, which consisted of outer walls made of rectangular, regular-sized stone blocks without using mortar. Now that I told you about Romania, let me talk a little bit about the Roman Empire. Of course, the Romans were there too. And until we know for sure who created the piece, I cannot say that it was not maybe something that the Romans brought with them, Roman traveler, Roman spies. I don't know. But I do know that the Roman Empire, a very, if you think about it, a mysterious entity, very unusual entity in itself, because it lasted centuries and it ever changed and it spread around the world. Now, in my research, I've collected information about the Roman outreach to Azerbaijan, for example, or to China, to far places of the world, and consistent and detailed research will bring forth very unusual information about the empire and its intelligence services, its spies. And I believe that there was an agency within the Roman intelligence service that collected paranormal phenomena, information, and objects. When we find out more, I'll talk more about this. Maybe someday we will look forward to archaeological discoveries again. But this is what I wanted to tell you about this piece today, about this strange matrix found in the country we know today as Romania. Thank you for your attention to my work, and I'll tell you more stories, like I said, about Eastern Europe, Romania, Eurasia, Russia, Ukraine, Mongolia, China, Central Asia, and other parts of the world that few people in the West really pay attention to. But they should. Thank you for your attention to my work. If you like my research, please help me through the links you'll find in the description to this channel. Please tell others about my work, like my videos.